Welcome to another show match. This is a best of 5 for 20 bucks right here, commissioned by the one and only Cheddarful Lad, who keeps throwing these show matches at us. Thank you so much. Very much appreciate that. Helps us out a lot. Now, in the blue color, we have got Psychicwizard, who's playing as Arbiter. And on the other side, his opponent, Psyalac, is gonna be Decimus. We've seen this last time in the EOD versus Amarante show match, where Arbiter did great when EOD was the one driving. Now, let's see if Psychicwizard can repeat that kind of magic. Certainly, Decimus has potential in the early game to take over, but, you know, the longer it goes, the better Arbiter's case gets, especially if an economic lead can be built up. So we'll see exactly what will happen there, but the build orders are standard. We're gonna have a slight deviation from the norms where Decimus actually gets the mini base deal. That can be really potent, because if the jump back brutes get on top of the extractor and it gets vortexed, it's almost a guaranteed kill. So that is something I would love to see here from our Desi player. Got a extractor 4th there, and we're also gonna see a raid camp on the main, which is perhaps a little bit questionable because the mini base deal didn't yet happen. But I guess Psyalac is expecting Psychicwizard to come over and do that. Now, these guys are, by the way, around the rising star level, right, where the top 10 pros are way too strong for them, and the amateur players that we've seen in the amateur tournaments just get wrecked by them. So they're a class of their own, and that will be reflected in future tournaments that we'll hold next year. Soon TM, ladies and gentlemen, soon TM. We've got the raid camp coming up here as well, which could lead to exactly what I said, that the brutes hop over here, smack some extractors with their hammers, and then it gets vortex or something. Psychicwizard looking for that, I assume, faster tier 2, especially given that there's a turret here. No ghost, no arbiter, no nothing. A little bit of a accidental node strat happened, but we'll forgive it. I'm sure it's not intentional. See, as this one was cleared up, and this one was abandoned. Oh! Psyalac actually turns around on this. Well, he has seen the main base, so I'm really confused as to why he would do that. You know, if you smack up 800 resources worth of investment for a vortex and 2 brutes, there's nothing wrong with that, that's for sure. Gonna be a second turret, so now it's gonna be a little harder to do. Probably would take 3 brutes, but yeah, it's not happening. And there was no use of the barracks or raid camp here as well. And it's now an extractor, so there's that. The expansion is coming up too. And in the back, Psyalac is getting another mini base. So overall, nice economic advantage. However, it's not attack advantage, that's for sure. Psychicwizard gonna reach tier 2 first by a lot. There's gonna be a handful of raid camp units as well. Yeah, basically very little units in this early game, so it's gonna be mostly decided in tier 2. Psyalac quite late to it, but now that he's taking over the power nodes, it's going to be fine. Yeah, nothing happening on that mini at all. We're gonna have an Apex, so it's not even the RB coming out. You know, when you're tier 2, the first thought should be really, I want that either 3rd generator, or I want that RB. And timing the expansion with this is also a little late for sure. Many raid camps are coming up in Psyalac's preparation for tier 2, of course. Don't know why he's making the Suis, because we know that there's no units just yet from Psychicwizard. And the Rangers, generally speaking, are just more cost efficient, right? They're not gonna die when they kill stuff. Although, of course, Suis can be bombastic. We're getting a lot of timeout requests from the Twitch chat, so if the mods could help out with this, that would be much appreciated, please. As I can't spectate and timeout people at the same time. I only have 2 hands. And we're also taking moderator applications, as the multi-streaming pretty much demands it. That we have as many mods as possible. Oh god, there's gonna be a beam on this. Looks like Psyalac is catching the Angies, as well as all the infantry. Doesn't quite kill this Angie, that was a surprise, but yeah, there's the base now, and it doesn't have a whole lot of defenses. The RB is quite late. In fact, not being made at all. And the chopper should be able to handle a small amount of rangers anyway. At least for the moment. Tons of grunt mines going down here. Yeah, the rangers will eventually clean this up. The engineer can heal the base. It's a better target than the ranger to heal. But there's another engineer coming in too. So yeah, this has been defended for the moment. Eventually those rangers will blow up the choppers. It only takes 100 shots. Another raid camp coming up. The Arbiter. It's high time. Psychicwizard setup is definitely a little slow. But if he gets those units out, if he has the Arbiter, I don't think Psyalac is in a particularly fantastic position. He doesn't have the 5th slot on the base yet. He's got power nodes, which is very nice. The longer that lasts, the better. Maybe he can also get a 3rd base behind this. Extremely defensive play from Psychicwizard overall. I'd like to see a little bit of confidence with, you know, early Arbiter plays and whatnot. Oh, very nice dodge though on the Vortex. Can't rely on that thing working. You have to pair it with some kind of stun, usually from the Warlord. And yeah, the Warlord pull, slam, and Vortex combination is the one thing that can really deal with the Arbiter. But if you must, you can pick up Teleport as Arbiter, so it's not like it's uncounterable or anything like that. In fact, RB can pretty much have a tool for anything. Alright, the addition of the one Hunter I really like, in case there's Marauders here in the early game. And otherwise the Rangers will just melt everything, so this is a very nice setup by Psychicwizard. And Psyalac just has to work on that economic edge to see if he can eke out an advantage somehow. The double turret will deal with these little Rumbis. And Vortex isn't available. So Psychicwizard is going to be in fact safe. Come the Enforcers. Let's see if they can do some damage. The Grunts are chasing them for the moment, Suis included. So that will hurt a bit there. Looks like they will take down an Apex. Not exactly the most threatening of targets and also quite cheap. Plasma Bolt coming down, but one Enforcer is already toast and Suicide Grunts should finish the job. RB tried to run away, but I doubt he can with the Warlord here. Yeah, exactly what I said. Here's the pull, and there's the slam, and he toast. Even the Suis survived, so that's great. But in the meantime, Psychicwizard has further upgraded harvesters. He's got a shield generator, a third generator, and another slot to do whatever he wants with. Sensor tower coming in too, so that he can see better what's coming. RB on the way back. Hopefully this time he will have his tier 2 upgrade. But Psyalac is around with a pretty decent army that he can control the map with, so the power node will definitely be his. And the third base is developing nicely too. And I'm guessing Psyalac can just go tier 3 from here. He can stop making these raid camp units, honestly. If he cancel that infantry upgrade, he could just go into Wraiths now. But maybe he does want to stick around with the infantry. The grunts, meanwhile, destroying the back mini base. Nice little pick off there. Found the Siphon healing these boys up. And there's a tier 3 from Psyalac. Psychicwizard is very far away from it on the other hand. Again, he doesn't have a third generator. Actually, Psyalac has a fourth? Yep, okay. Okay, power is gonna be no concern of his. No more. Now the Warlord here is an issue. He's got so much health. And those Rangers might be doing decent damage to him if targeting, but he will heal from Boundless Siphon. And he can pull them like 2 at a time. Which would be pretty devastating. Follow that up with a beam that the Rangers obviously can't run away from. They're way too slow. Problematic to say the least. Are we gonna see the Decimus Scarab? He's saving up the money, man. I think if he cancels that Suicide Grunt, it'll be even faster. Oh my god, he's doing it. It's Scarab time. Maybe not from this War Council. I think that was... No, should be this. He's making a Scarab. You are joking me. Okay, well, RB is not particularly well equipped to deal with it just yet. There is Stasis, of course. But we're looking at Rangers. Like, what are they gonna do? The Arbiter Hero is useful there. But not particularly crazy. Oh, okay. It's a nice little raid as well. Loving the stun on the elites. That's one generator toasted. But I think the rest of it will be fine. I don't think another extractor should go down here, although the Arbiter still should have his thing available. Oh, the shield turret getting cancelled. That was nice. And that's just a matter of the Arbiter anime sprinting out of here. The generator was significantly hurt as well. And the Enforcers will be able to pick off the second gen then. But now each hit has a stun component here. Teleport's going to be used to save the RB. I'm getting a little bit of healing as well from Conduit of Rage, but it only looks to me like it's level 1. He's not that fast. He's not getting that much healing either. So yeah, these guys need to be dealt with and then we're fine. Dark Skies Brutes. But there's like 2 of them on the entire map, so that was an expensive upgrade right there. Gotta build some value. 20 seconds to Scarab. And it doesn't look like there's gonna be any opposition to it. Pulling the RB in, and once again getting the slam combo. Very nice, but there's plenty of units supporting this time, so I don't think Psyalac wants to push this. However, we had a superhero landing that I missed, and yeah, with the Scarab, this is a very different kind of situation. I think he can just counterattack. It's not like this base is... Oh, it's not shielded. Okay, it's 40 seconds out. I was kind of hoping the shield would be well on the way, but no. So he has to defend it first. Getting to slap some Locusts on the way in is already pretty good, and so is the beam. Hitting a ton of these units. Stasis might have been better served on his own stuff, but now the Scarab comes in and cleans up the rest. Absolutely no problem there. Psyalac's base is in an okay state. Very acceptable. But yeah, guys, like I said, the Arbiter would have been useful against the Scarab because you got the kind of rage ability. And he can pick off the engineers very easily. Alright, so the Scarab would have limited protection like that. Plus he buffs up the hunters. That's the biggest part. There's not many hunters. And in fact, Psychicwizard doesn't have the tier 3 upgrade on the RB yet. That will be a pretty important one to sort out. Did the Arbiter just die? Oh no. No, here it is. But we've got the second Scarab with the superhero landing. That's gonna be problematic. Very nice Plasma Bolt, deleting all the grunts. So is the remaining stuff enough to deal with Yodesla here? No, they're not enough. This is very problematic indeed, but there is a cloaking generator. So Psyalac now needs to see. And he can't. These have all turned into Invisibros. Oh, I love those mines. That's a perfect mine placement. You can drop the enforcers here. Because the mines have a little bit of line of sight. Banshee edition. Don't know about that. Right now, engineers are the important part. Of course, the RB gets stunned with every hit from the Warlord. Can't really get out of here without the teleport. But he does manage, eventually. The engineer will be helping as well to heal him back up. Tier 3 upgrade can't come soon enough. At least the 100 population has been unlocked for our boy Psychicwizard. Let's see what Psyalac can do about it. He's only got this one very damaged engineer, so that's not enough detection right there. Might need some Reavers, honestly. That makes pushing way easier. At least they have some shields, they have some better mobility to them. One of the best detectors in the game. Okay, Desi once again helping strip those shields, and it went pretty quick. But he is stasis from the grenades, I assume. And so is the Scrab. Psyalac just can't push. Very nice preparation from Psychicwizard, and he has the higher army quality, outside of not having a Scarab, of course. Scarab is building up long-term value. Okay, finally we have a Reaver. Now we can see. Always bring a Reaver, guys, if you're trying to push one of these, or if you're gonna see, bring a Wolverine. It's honestly your best option because anti-air is very powerful in this game. So if you have only a few air support units, it's not enough. But now with the Reaver around, nobody's gonna touch these. The Scarab protects them. The Cloaking Gen is getting taken out by itself just in case. So that's also a good move. Very well done by Psyalac here, and finally the base is gone. This is what should have happened ages ago. All it would have taken is these two Reavers earlier. And instead of all the miscellaneous units. And now he's got it. I don't think you stop this anymore. There's still Yodesla himself. $45 base upgrade? Why not? Where is Arby? Oh, on the other side. Okay. There was an enforcer drop. The shield is almost stripped. But almost isn't exactly fully donezo. So, yeah, there's an engineer ready to repair this. But even with the shield popped, I don't think the juggle will work out this time around. It's all up to the counterattack to make this work. And boy, does it work. Going pretty damn well. Of course, the Reavers need to be moved and wiggled at the same time, but hey, the Cloak Gen is destroyed. That was the main goal here. And the boys over there, the elites in the garrison, also are helping with the problems. Very nice lamb from the Warlord, and that will result in the beam hitting every single Reaver here. Air is now allowed. Psyalac in a fantastic position. Essentially full pop. Not just essentially, actually full pop. Against Psychicwizard's 35. That is measly. Even though this is happening on the other side. It is just one Arbiter. Eventually his shield gets stripped, but he just goes Super Saiyan again. And he'll heal himself. Alright, the base is essentially toast. I don't know why the Scarab left. Seems a little bit premature to me. But hey, as long as these two can do Dream Team stuff, should be fine. Alright, this base has no defenses. Psychicwizard's toast, man. It was a cute counterattack, but it's over. It will only take 5 million years to destroy this base with grunts, but eventually they'll tickle it to death. Okay, there we go. I think he's forgetting that we're in a custom match. You can always resign these without penalty. Now, if you resign, you don't get to see the stats. Guess he wants to see the stats. That's fine. Man, that will be the first point to Psyalac in this best of 5. Not bad at all for a start. RB is doing his business, but the business is getting shut down, I'm afraid. Too many turrets. Plus some defenders is more than enough here. Yep. That was a lot of extra resources gathered by Psyalac. Most important part here, really. Look at all those supplies. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got game 2. Psychicwizard is mixing it up a little bit, switching to UNSC, going for Capitano Cutter, which is very, very good on Mirage as a pick, I think. Psyalac is going for the style points with Pavium. It certainly can work, however. It certainly can. So, we've got a generator second, which is very interesting to see. It means he's not particularly interested in hurrying up with burnout. It will happen not on supplies, which basically indicates a faster tier 2, or at least something with a lot of supplies in the build, as you can upgrade your harvesters a lot with the extra power. Now, putting the 2 extractors in the back does mean that you could go for a 4 extractor style. We will see if that happens. And then you can burn out all of them at the same time, which is pretty sick. Don't know if that's exactly what he's planning though. As for Psychicwizard, it's a very normal build with generator third and just supply pads. There might be a barracks. There definitely should be a Spartan. But yeah, a handful of Hellbringers. You can't go wrong with that. Highly, highly recommend. Picking up all the supplies on the map. Only these 2 patches are left. Good job, guys. Good job. There's a little bit of leftovers from Psyalac, but it's no big deal. There's a bunch of supplies in there. It's a very important skill to master, picking up those supplies and sending the queued orders. Making sure that your units are following an efficient pathing is even more important. Like, in between the power, the supply pickups or power, you want to get over mini-based locations as well, so. There's multiple efficient paths that you can take, but typically speaking, there's very few of them. Got some veterancy on the Marines from the kills. And we're gonna get hijack on the Spartan. It's already out. See if he made a barracks. Yes. So there's gonna be Hellbringers. Can't go wrong with it, like I said. You really want to contest over the middle mini base. The Spartan will take care of any early chopper business that we've got going on. It's just a handful for now, but as you go at 5 and above, yeah, that's problematic even for the Spartans. So you're gonna need grenades here. Psychicwizard doesn't have the resources just yet, and if he's planning to put down generator, that's gonna be expensive for the moment. Now you see him retreat, but he's got the 2 power nodes captured, which is very nice. Generator coming in quite early here. I typically like going for some more upgraded pads before I do that. Allows you to spam out some more marines and deal with this more efficiently, but it does lock you into tier 1 a bit harder. So maybe he wants a faster tier 2. You got a combat tech marine timing, that could work very well too. But if you lose mini bases in the process, it's definitely not worth it to hurry up with that tier 2. Again, offense and aggression does beat turtling and lack of map activity. And whether you make turrets or keep your army at home, it still counts as turtling even if you're attacking behind it. It's not a very, very fast tech build after all. Plenty of power was spent here to make sure there's no death, but now we're looking more aggressive here. Psychicwizard is, and Psyalac's losing choppers left and right. However, gets a sick rain of fire. Holy shit, everything's gone. Oh! There is no way. Everything died. Oh my god. Even the Spartan isn't particularly safe against the remaining Chopperinos, but the ODSTs do save the day there. Well, as much as they possibly can in such a situation. Psyalac must be through the roof happy with this. Oh my god, that rain of fire was perfect. Do bear in mind the slams from the choppers do slow down units. So that's where that came from. I'm sure Psychicwizard was giving orders to get out of there, but too late. Too little. Plus the explosive rounds here do splash damage. There's that as well. Now, Psyalac is looking to capitalize, and we've already got Pavium coming out with Designator Shells. He's tier 2. So yeah, lots of upgrade business on the way, and then he can greet whatever infantry comes out of Psychicwizard's base with Rangers. Surprised he's still making suicide grunts. I think that was probably queued before tier 2 hit. But it does seem that Psyalac does like his suicide grunts. So there is that. Alright, Psychicwizard. No need to make a move here. Please Spartan laser or something. Satchel should deny the raid camp at least. And wait, Pavium wasn't actually made, okay. It's not on the map, not hidden by some rally point or whatever. Oh god. That's a good suicide grunt connection, weakening the ODSTs and the Marines. There's absolutely no need for Psyalac to engage this until Pavium comes out. He's also picked up full salvage so that the buildings regenerate a little bit. But I think it's time to engage this. Now, Pavium will come soon. In the meantime, any slowing down that can be done should be done. I guess the raid camp is getting prioritized though by Psychicwizard. Little does he know, this War Council will pop out a hero in 4 seconds. It's not stoppable at this point, and with so many suicide grunts plus the nerf beam, oh boy. This could be very problematic if the Suis are now controlled properly, but he all units it. Or the Spartan jumping actually disconnected the beam. That's what happened. Spartan just face tanks all the suicide grunts. Certainly cannot do that in the FPS games. Oh, Nightingale to save the Spartan is very cost effective there. Although the turret does make it a little bit of an equal exchange. 15 population is what's left of Psyalac. This is what I meant when I... How did he survive? Yep. Well, suicide grunts are not the answer to tier 2 heroes. Let me tell you that. You don't want to crash into heroes, you want to crash into the light infantry like Marines, no DSTs and all that stuff. Even Hellbringers aren't that great of a target for them. Heroes, certainly not. You want to make Rangers when possible, and doing the same thing twice isn't necessarily the best idea here. But there's more coming. Psyalac is dead set on this. Alright, let's see if Psychicwizard can pick up a base or something. Can't afford it right this second. Again, Nightingales are super expensive, so I don't think a one base cutter can truly afford a lot of Nightingales. One or two maybe, but like... Yeah, that's the most devastating blow you can deal to cutter. You keep him on one base, and then you have Reavers picking off the Nightingales. That's not something that they can easily recover from, honestly. It's an economic disaster if that happens, and with Pavium doing multiple expands here, it's even more problematic. Only on 3 extractors, but you don't need more at such a low base count just yet. Maybe later. Pack Brother is coming in to make the grunts a little better. But yeah, this looks like half a grunt only game. Psychicwizard's Expo is gonna be denied here. A lot of the costs will be permanent on that base due to the damage, but maybe the Nightingale can heal a bit. You got some mine detonations, but didn't really play a big role there. Snipers do, and they'll be picked off by the Nerf Beam, and whoa, we've got another Wombo combo from Psyalac. Fewer units involved this time, and here come the suicide grunts. I don't think he should crash them. This didn't work last time, it's not gonna work now. But certainly this base can be... Yeah, it was just cancelled. That works just fine. That works just fine. Jump up brutes on the way. And we've got a whole bunch of grunts and brutes coming still. No Suis this time. I think it's enough Suis. You know, Psyalac has his next big play available. It's the Lich. Can definitely push the main with that. We've got dispersion nozzles on the flamers with a little bit of wiggling. Buying some time against that Pavium, but the time is certainly limited. Truth be told, Psychicwizard doesn't have any tools right now to deal any counter damage, and with the shields coming up, it's even more problematic. Ideally, Cutter would have big drops available by now, and would have used it, but when you lose that many units, when you keep making Nightingales, you just can't afford it. So again, Nightingale is a big economy unit. That's where the problems are coming in. And we've got a lot of resources for Psyalac, of course. He's been tier 3 for a while. He's starting to pump Wraiths, which the Spartan can steal. So in that sense, there's some opportunities here for Psychicwizard. But yeah, here's the tier 3 boy. Here's the Lich. Nerf Beam about to come in too. Or is it? It is, right? Not making anything from the portal either. Spartan does deal 1 Wraith. But there's more than enough firepower here to take it back. However, the Spartan can just run away and come back again, take another Wraith. Rinse and repeat. ODST's dropping in to try to save this, but without the Nightingale to pop the smoke, base will be in fact destroyed, especially with the Locust Edition. Although Goodbye, Locust. That was always gonna happen. You can, in fact, drop mines on the portal, but yeah, the base is dead. And the other one is getting attacked, so Psychicwizard is once again toast. Psyalac is asking Dark Angel how he's playing Pavium. He's not certain. Well, we're figuring this out. Somehow the base lives. And maybe Psychicwizard can come back into this like Palpatine. Or maybe not. Try to make an air pad. That's a costly expenditure right there. No tax write-off in this game. It says Color doesn't need bases. As long as you have minis. It's all good. Very chatty, our boy here. Yeah, that one's not gonna work this time. We will get somewhere eventually here. Right? Maybe not. Rave's about to be destroyed. I like the split on the units, but even with the slam, he's still healing. Spartan should take this down though, eventually. Base is dead. And with that, Psychicwizard is dead. Psyalac is up 2-0. We're on match point, ladies and gentlemen. This might be a really short one. Just over 1 hour if the next game goes just this way as this one. Alright, this could be the last game in this series. We've got Psychicwizard playing as Johnson. A very good pick for Fishers always, as there's a very horizontal layout to the bases. You can get a lot of mobility stuff going with your Pelicans, but Psyalac, he's Vortis, normally banned as a leader, today allowed without combat spoils. We trust the player. Yeah, here's a showcase that it's not combat spoils getting picked. Combat spoils is horribly overpowered. All you do is target base centers. So anything 5 slot or above, you target the main base, and you'll make bank. It's absolutely horrible. There's some top players that will say that maybe he's a little overrated because he doesn't have engineer bubbles and whatnot. So that is something that we could test out in future show matches. See how it goes. But I do think there's a significant historical stigma against him, and certainly that combat salvage stuff. Sorry, combat. It's called. Is it combat? Combat spoils. Yes, combat spoils. That can be a problem. Anyways, the middle resources belong to Psyalac without contest. He's got the mini base bot as well. And honestly, the long-term play here is to keep GUI on those human units, right? All the infantry will struggle against that, all the vehicles will struggle against that because they get slowed down significantly. And then you get out the hero and constantly paint the ground black. Question in the YouTube chat from... probably shouldn't say that. Any more 2v2 or 1v1 tournaments coming up? Yes, we are actually working on a system that will allow us to separate skill tiers. So there will be an amateur league, there will be a rising star league for those in the middle, and there will be a pro league for the guys at the very top. But we are working currently on a player tier list system where you can ascend by winning games either in show matches or tournaments against your opponent, and then you just simply take their place and they get moved down by one spot just below you. that will update each and every time something happens. So as we do our tournaments, it will live update in the background. As we do our show matches, we will update them afterwards. And we can even record external stuff, like show matches. And yeah, based on where you are in the tier list, we will place you in the... we will make the according league available to you, basically. There will be sign-up restrictions and whatever. So that's happening, but we still need time to actually build the system. It's nearly there. It's nearly there. We're starting to test next week, and then hopefully it's in good shape. Anyways, back to this game. We've got a bunch of grenadiers, which are also fantastic. In the early game, there's a grenadier drop, of course, that warriors can use. Put some goo on the ground. Get a veteran dude out, and when they explode, they hurt the infantry a lot as well. Johnson doesn't have a whole lot of health before his upgrade, but I'm pretty sure it's coming in. Manages to pick off the boy. Where is the bunker? You need a bunker! Oh! Psychicwizard! Gonna lose the hero. The upgrade comes in, but it's all too little too late. Johnson's greatest strength in this current meta is not just that late game scenario with pelicaning around that I mentioned, but also actually the early game where you litter the ground with bunkers and load that up with your units, crawling all the way to the enemy base. And if you can put multiple bunkers around there, especially the level 2 bunkers which have 4 slots for infantry as well as a little shield, that is extremely powerful. Then you pop out your Johnson sometimes to put down a heal. So warriors might have blackened the map, but there's no leader power follow-up. So no invigorating frenzy from Psyalac just yet. He's about to unlock it. If he could do that right now, that would be great. Probably a game ender, honestly. Johnson's never gonna show. There's a little blob of Hellbringers coming across, and maybe that will help out. Both players unlocking third point. The hero is almost certainly toast, as there's an anti-infantry turret here. But maybe he can keep it alive. Oh god, he's getting away. If he gets shields and comes back to do another spray paint job on the map surrounding this base, all these units will just go nuts. With a lot of healing and increased damages. Oof, the mine gets eaten by the sniper. That's unfortunate. That would have helped a lot earlier. Heal is attempted on the generator, not the way you want to use the heal. Of course, ideally that's also used on offense together with the bunker crawl that I mentioned, but it's never going to happen, it looks like. Psyalac is more than happy controlling the 2 power nodes, and Invigorating Frenzy is now in, buffing up all these units. 3 buildings have been stripped. Psychicwizard does look to be toast to me, ladies and gentlemen. I think, yeah, there's a reverse bunker crawl. Soon there will be nowhere else left to go but the bunkers. And they're not built for this kind of nuclear winter. Ay, 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 ay. GG is called by Psyalac. The offensive GG is in. Hopefully Psychicwizard isn't too offended. Reverses the GG. And we're all good. All friends here. Plus a little bit of face destruction. But yeah, Psyalac does take the $20 and the show match along with it. Or the other way around, I should say. Very, very solid. And Psychicwizard needs to go back a little bit to the drawing board. Work on those build orders and overall strategies. There's obviously a lot of 1v1 content on the MetaPlays channel. There's a lot of good streamers to watch, so highly recommend doing so. He's not far off at all. Like, his build orders are generally fine, but he doesn't follow up with the aggressive plays that 1v1 requires. Whereas Psyalac did do some of that, especially in this last game, and that is what needs to happen here. Thanks again for Cheddarful lads hosting of this show match. Very much appreciate that. Helps us out so hugely, you have no idea. And yeah, I hope everyone liked it. We want to thank our MetaPlace website subscribers. Your contribution helps us keep the project sustainable. As we reach higher subscription goals, you are helping us cover more and more behind-the-scenes costs, such as video editing. Check out our subscription page using the link in the description, and remember to collect your perks. We will see you the next time.